to drone on and on.
Yay.
It has not loaded on my thing yet. Reloading. Let's see. There we go. All right. We are on and we are public. It's shareable. So you guys can go onto my profile and see it and share it from there.
All right.
I will do as well. So.
How you like that? Is that good?
We got to turn off my background. There we go.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Wait, who's this doing that?
I thought we had an audience for a second.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we do. We got Jeremy's here already. He's been anxiously waiting.
Yeah, there's been a few people. I know. I know there's a few people on there. So we're here with Kristopher Kleva, and who's the head of with the Maine Drone Society, and he does a makerspace. I'll let him tell you guys about that. And we're also here with Koen Zinnemers from the Netherlands at the moment, so it's like 2:30 in the morning.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us, dude. This was kind of a last-minute invite, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? I'll have a Red Bull. Let's do this." So. Yeah, Matt, you said you have some questions, and I don't know Chris. So, Chris, tell us about what you do.
I make shit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
All kinds of stuff. I mean, mostly digital things. My career's been in e-commerce and APIs. Nice. So I've been headfirst in HTTP, web services, APIs, that kind of stuff for about 20 years in enterprise IT. So by day, I run a multi-billion-dollar e-commerce website, the API program for that. And by night, I make shit. So, you know, everything from woodworking to metalworking to drones. I try to stay as close as I can to electronic shop.
Nice.
So we do a lot of IoT stuff, a lot of drone stuff. And, you know, drone racing has really become the apex of all that, the apex of that design, the apex of those electronics and software and cloud. So that's where, you know, my attention has been drawn to. And I love the community, love the people. So it's good stuff.
Awesome.
So Chris, I shared some of the links to your Mechanics Hall and maindrone.org and clevaconversations.com to the group there. So if anybody wants to check out those sites, they're more than welcome to. You're like a man of many hats, man. Every time I see posts of you, it's like something else. You guys got a big drone event coming up here next weekend, I think it is.
Yeah, it's big for us, but there's, you know, not a lot of people coming naturally, considering, you know, the event. But we try to enjoy ourselves. I mean, I think one of the things about open source and the open bench and just this notion of open space technology, which we run our community by, is that we're always looking for interesting places to be, you know, interesting locations. And it's just hard every time. We're trying to one-up ourselves every single time. And, you know, about a month ago now, we did an event in the campground that was really cool. So right after that, we were looking for someplace epic. So we came across this abandoned mine up in the mountains of New Hampshire. So we're going to try to do some, you know, DRL style stuff. Hopefully quads make it through it, because it's all rock.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. You sent me that link after I told you that I was off that week, and I was like, man, it's like right on the weekend. I've got to work the 8th until about 7 or 8 p.m. at least.
Yeah.
So it's the last day of training for my class. So that kind of like takes the fun out of that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, I'm looking forward to see how the equipment does in that environment. We didn't really, you know, put a whole lot of planning into it, other than we wanted trailers to be there, we wanted power to be there, and we started thinking about a course. So hopefully the DVR looks good and everybody enjoys themselves.
Sure it will.
You've done a couple of like drone building groups through the maindrones.org, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I think about Maine that's really interesting is just that it's really a maker community. It's always been an artisan community. It's always been a craftsman community. And I started getting involved with Mechanics Hall, which is a over 100-year-old maker society here in Maine. And, from there, it's always been about what's the latest technology that we can learn about as people who are a little bit, older and more involved with technology, and how can we diffuse that knowledge to others? And those other people, they tend to be of all ages, of all interests, and all backgrounds. So, it kind of started for me personally doing things like 3D printers and Arduino builds and things of that nature. And then a drone chain project came along where some people wanted to, try to fly a drone across the country. And that was kind of crazy, but it never happened. And then, really spending your time in a makerspace, people walk in with really crazy ideas. And they want to do things that are, they have these dreams that they want to accomplish. So as being, part of that community, you just kind of suck it all in. So there's definitely demand for people to learn how to build. So we've been trying to put together classes and workshops and really mentorships to help people get through the process, whether it's a group of people or one-on-one. It's more about, really helping them learn from our mistakes that we've already made and, watch them go through the journey as well. So good stuff. We lost somebody. Oh, there we go.
No, I just had to biology break for a second.
I think that's what drew me to you right away, Matt. Is like, I think when we met, it was maybe 2 years ago at I.O. I walked by your trailer and I saw your table and it was just like covered in aircraft. And I started asking questions and you were like, yeah, I made that one. And I was like, oh yeah, did you build it? No, I designed it. I did the frame and everything. And I find that that's what I really enjoy about this community is people's innovation and their willingness just to get out of their comfort zone and try something new. And when that involves like flying robots, count me in.
Yeah, for sure.
That's always what I tell people I make. I'm like, I make robots that fly. Like, this is what I do. I build those.
Well, I train people to program wafer handling robots for semiconductor equipment. So
yeah.
robots. Hey, I like the ones that fly better.
Yeah, I like the ones that fly.
It's a lot less stress if something breaks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Intel and Samsung don't like it when the robots start throwing their wafers.
Yeah, right. and I started more in a cinema world.
Oh, that's cool.
Building just the giant drones. Like the big one in my trailer is nicknamed Big Frank, and he's an 18-inch octo that's, I think, 1,200 millimeters.
Oh, that's cool.
Wing to wing or arm to arm. And I started just by building those. So all I knew were the big ones. And then I started getting into FPV, then Arduino, then Pi, then all the different subsystems and all the different little toys. And now I'm at that point where I can pretty much build anything. And I'm actually working on an InMove project, InMove robot. Nice. So I've been printing one of those up recently. And like it's coming along. I got the down to the shoulders all done.
Yeah. You made it farther than we did.
Oh yeah, and it's getting to that point where I'm like, I don't know if I want to continue. Ooh, the servos are $300. I don't know. Like,
ouch.
Yeah, the big ones are huge. I just got one of the big ones, but like FPV, building, designing, just in general, just the creating in that makerspace and being able to tinker and make literally whatever you need. Like I can build everything from a lamp to a garden monitor with a hygrometer. Like, you can literally build anything with these Arduinos and the new tech that's coming out, all the Orange Pi systems. And I went from not knowing how to do that at all to now being able just to fabricate whatever I want.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the thing. And the community involved in that has really kept me pushing on that. Because there were a lot of times that I'd be like, that's it, I'm done, throw it at the wall. And it's just like, okay. And then I get people like Matt and Koen just being like, no, just tweak this. Just tweak this a little bit. Or try this code. Here, try this code. And it's like, okay. So the community helps a lot, and all of us seem to be in that maker space. And that's the most beautiful thing about it. And that's why I love the idea of having like a proper community that just helps everybody out figuring that out, because it's so therapeutic sometimes.
Yeah, totally. And I found, I mean, when I first started getting involved in makerspace and really learning what that term was, the idea that I had in my head was totally different than what reality turned out to be. Like when I heard about the concept of makerspace, it's like, oh yeah, there's a place I can go and there's gonna be all these tools there and be able to do whatever the heck I want. You know, I can build a spaceship. And then, you know, I heard about a makerspace that was starting up in town, and I went downtown and it looked like some guys had basically broke into a warehouse and they were standing around a frickin', you know, trash can with fire, and they had a projector on the wall.
And it looks like somebody like tore into an old IT department and was like, here, let's take these and put them on the shelf.
Exactly. I think the only woodworking tool they had was like a skill saw and like some hand tools.
Yeah, the hand grinders, yeah.
But they were still trying to charge $25 a person per month. And after saying, okay, I'll try, I found just standing around with those guys and talking about what our dream was for the makerspace and using that stupid projector to watch movies and, you know, that handsaw to cut 2x4s to cut out a little hut in the middle of the broken in warehouse where we could put a heater. That is what sparked it when I realized, hey, you know, we're just here because we're not all there. Yeah. You know, we're just here because we're trying to create this space where we can do things that we don't have to ask permission for.
Exactly.
And then eventually, you know, we kind of grew out of the abandoned warehouse and we went to another abandoned warehouse and we got thrown out of that abandoned warehouse. And then, you know, we ended up getting a lease. And now it just seems to have grown so much around us that, you know, we just become kind of janitors to the machines.
Yeah.
You know, I find that that's what I'm enjoying about the makerspace as much as like keeping the big laser going, keeping the plasma torch CNC machine going, just kind of being the plumber of the makerspace. And drones have really become that thing all over our state. I mean, I get calls from people literally, you know, multiple times a week because they crashed their freaking drone.
Oh yeah.
And they need somebody to fix it. And I don't really like fixing drones, but I'd love to teach somebody to fix a drone.
Yeah. But that in itself could be 1 week to 6 weeks long.
Exactly. But you find somebody like yourself or somebody who's in, you know, or in design, and it's fun to exchange knowledge with them as well. So it's great when you have people with very simple problems that you may look at as like, oh, well, that's, you know, easy stuff. But people with very advanced problems walk in the door as well. And, you know, they have that vision in their mind of what a makerspace is supposed to be, but they don't realize, like, hell, we started and, you know, we're basically just a bunch of bums around a fire talking about what this should be like.
Yeah. So Koen, you've got some good news. First off, Koen, I would like to congratulate you on your player number 3 edition.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Dude, so stoked. For those who don't know, Koen's becoming a dad very soon.
Nice. Yep.
That's what we call the ultimate maker.
Yeah.
Baby maker.
God mode.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out my wife is a hell of a 3D printer.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. She's gotten into that bio 3D printing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that you can't see it until it's done, though. You got to kind of wait and guess.
And the printing time, dude, so long.
9 months.
But yeah, man, you've got some awesome stuff coming up. First off, congrats on the shout out in the community spotlight. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, I saw that. Right when I saw them post that video, I was like, I watched Koen post that video originally. Like, so that was, where was that? That was like a farm with a little haystack.
No, that's like a park nearby, and it's just a tower.
What is that thing you were diving? Was it just like a little hay barn thing?
No, it's just a tower. They call it art. I don't know why, but it's some sort of art project, and it's just standing there.
And waiting to be time.
When I started flying FPV, like 2.5 years ago, I was looking for flying spots to practice, and it's just one big open field with that tower. So I thought, well, that's cool. I can practice on the open field, and then when I start to get brave, I can use that tower to practice some stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then later on, I got to know a couple of other guys who were into FPV, and we started flying there as a group, and they started calling it Kaoss Tower.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's named after you now, especially after that shout out.
I still need to print a fucking name tag and put it on there.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Just put a slap on the bottom of your drone and hit that highest point on it. And be like, yeah. Mine. I claim this. So you had some conversations with SaneSmart.
Yeah, crazy stuff. I reached out to them a couple of weeks ago because I wanted a different color, and somehow, for some reason, they were kind of stoked to start working with me. So they asked me what kind of color I wanted, what kind of colors I wanted, and
multiple. I like that.
Yeah. We settled on a purple because I really, really, really wanted a different kind of purple than they were selling, and it should hit production really, really soon.
I tried to go onto the SaneSmart website and buy some, but they don't have it up yet.
They don't have it listed yet. No, it should hit production somewhere in the upcoming week, from what I've heard.
Yeah, but, you and Matt talked about collaborating on the Mutiny, was it, Matt?
Yeah.
I talked to him earlier this week about sending him a frame and sending him some files so he could do some crazy shit for the Mutiny here. I'm gonna kind of let him go a little bit crazy.
I think I have a couple of things in mind. Definitely a pirate theme, because it's Mutiny.
With the name Mutiny, I mean, it's kind of hard not to, right?
Yeah, definitely. I got some crazy ideas. I always got crazy ideas, but yeah, we'll see. It's
awesome. Well, like every time you post a new design or a new upgrade to that symbiote, I'm always like drooling looking at the picture going, that's so wicked. Your designs are awesome, man. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks. I'm actually really, really, really hustling to get it printed, but the multi-material, the multicolor is really kicking my ass.
Yeah, that brick behind each foot that you make is just ridiculous. The color brick back there. I'm like, feels like that would waste so much filament, but it's needed.
No, it's not too much waste filament. It just takes such a long time.
Now, do you use a splicer system?
Sort of. I'm using
you got the MMU, right?
Yeah, the Prusa MMU 2S. Okay. I'm using. Basically, you feed 5 filaments in it, and it feeds one at a time to the hot end.
Okay. Because I was seeing one that literally like it heats it up and fuses 2 pieces together to do the multicolor and all that.
Think that's the palette.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Those tend to be a lot better from what I heard, but they're also twice the price.
Yeah.
So I'm always broke. I went for the cheapest.
Dude, over there behind that Gank logo behind me, I have a dual color printer. I just can't get it to work with flexible filament, so it's driving me nuts.
Well, it's kind of rough, especially also with the MMU. Flexible is a nightmare to print, right? It really can be, but it's doable. It just takes a long time to tweak.
Yeah, I did. I'm actually swapped over to direct drives on both my Ender 3 Pro and my CR10S now.
Yeah, my Ender 3's direct drive as well now.
Yeah, I just upgraded the CR10S, and when I got done, I had no thermistor reading, and I was like, and I just had to take everything apart. And turned out that there was too much tension on the cable for the thermistor sensor on the motherboard.
Oh,
so took that all apart, got it going. It seems to be pretty good right now. I'm using the same profile as what I used before direct drive, which was still pretty good. I'm hoping to see if they just had just like a little bit of boogers on the ends where it would cut off from the supports. It didn't have any boogers cutting from the print, but where it would stop on the supports, it would have a little bit of a booger. So it's like I don't know what was causing that, but hopefully the direct drive. Yeah, I'm also running a little bit lower than what you were. I think your profile said 215, and I'm running it like actually I'm testing at 213 right now. But normally I run 203 to 205, and I get these really clear jelly-like prints, so you can just see through them. So
actually, right now I'm printing at 230.
Really?
Yeah, I'm at 228 or something right now.
From what I've found out so far, I'm still testing all the theories and whatnot. But the harder you go with TPU, the better it prints, especially with overhangs. Because TPU tends to curl up if it cools too fast. So the harder you print and the less cooling you use, the better it goes.
Yeah, I noticed that. And I was
extrusion protection, right?
I was having a lot of trouble with supports. And then I took some of your advice and cranked the heat up a bit and reduced a couple of the other things. And I was like, oh, wow, that's immensely better. Like it peeled off instead of like trying to take clippers to it.
Yeah.
And start it like a lawnmower.
Especially support interfaces.
Oh my God.
The day I discovered that, it was bliss.
Yeah. I found that out too because I was sitting there like, and it was just the slightest number change. Like I went up one notch periodically, and it would completely screw it all up. And then I'd bring it down one little number, and suddenly it would just peel off like butter. And you're like, "This is excellent. This is perfect." So when you find that sweet spot for whatever machine you've got, it's just so magical.
Yeah, definitely.
I did a 3D printing class with 5 children and 1 adult. Well, they were like young teenagers, 13 till 16.
That was just like last week or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was last week. It was like a summer camp thing. You know, they do it during like 9 to 3. And trying to explain to a 13-year-old the concept of 0.2 millimeters and why that's so important is interesting, because you can say it over and over and over again, and you say, hey, you got to keep everything really close and level. But some of these concepts about different filaments and things, I feel bad for them getting into it because they just need to fail. You know, the pain is going to happen, and you almost like have to cheer them up for it. Like,
3D printing is all about failing.
And and you're never prepped enough for it. Like I knew going into it that I was going to fail a bunch of prints, and like I do pretty good. I would not say I'm a good 3D printer in any way, shape, or form, but I do pretty decent prints coming out. But I also have a massive box of just failed, useless prints.
I've actually got a box of good prints that I printed out, and I was like, I think I want to go with a different color.
Really?
That's what this box is.
Or testing for fitment.
Like, just like, oh, whatever.
Well, I mean, I've got a bunch of GoPro mounts for frames that I don't own.
Yeah.
Right? That I was just designing for friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, so or like pre-prints that you were like, okay, I'll test out this STL and see if it fits that frame. And I did that for a bunch of the local guys, and so I've got a bunch of random leftover pieces that weren't as clean as I wanted them to be. So, yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I enjoy building 3D printers, but I hate 3D printing. I just don't have the attention span for it. I'll build 3D printers all day long, fix them, no problem. Give me whatever old like Prusa you got, I'll tune it up. But I'm not going to sit there for 6 hours and watch plastic melt.
Oh man, it's like, to me, it's like watching one of those lava lamps. I can just stare at it for hours, just laying down layers. Even though it's a square and it's every layer is exactly the same. I can just keep watching it like
over and over.
So, the moment I realized I was far too into 3D printing and had like become a 3D printer at this point was when I got poked in the face by by the build plate, because I was like looking at that first layer, like trying to get real close and just go boink, ow! Like, and at that moment, I was like, "Yep, I've become that person." Awesome.
Oh, wow.
That sounds so familiar.
You like burn your nose, and you're like, "Ow!"
Yep.
For me, everything always comes down to the scalability of something. Like I get attracted to something when you can do it very simple one time and then scale it. So with 3D printers, it was like, okay, we built a 3D printer and it printed out a brick. Now let's build another 3D printer. How about we get 4 or 5 of these together? How many 3D printers can we get running at the same time? And how fast would it be able to produce product? And then you get to that point and you just have a room full of printers and you're like, we have nothing to do with this. Let's just take it apart and let it sit there.
I have problems maintaining 2 printers. I do not want more. No way. I do not.
You don't want an army of 3D printers in your room?
Oh.
Yeah, if somebody else manages them, I don't mind, but no, 2 printers and maintaining them, it's already a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really debating. I've been doing a good deal where I sell, when I do my drones, I sell a ready to rip kit that's got the 3D prints and a spare arm and everything with it, and I'm really like, I really want to do all that printing. So I got the second printer up, so now I've got 2 printers running, so hopefully it'll be a little faster. Yeah. And maybe if I get that one behind me going, then I don't know, maybe I'll be able to keep up. I'm like really tempted to just say, no, I'm selling frames only.
Yeah, that's why I started selling STLs. The selling prints, damn. I'm not looking forward to releasing the Symbiote multicolor prints.
Oh, yeah, you'll get a lot of people being like, well, I did what you said. No.
Yeah.
Well, and even if I want to print them myself, by the way, it's looking right now, it's going to take 2 full days to print 1 kit.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't know what.
Multi-material takes such a long time. It's crazy.
Well, you gotta sell it to like very specific people that have that specific printer.
Or
I'm going to sell single color, and I think that actually the multicolor, I'm only going to sell those as print. The STLs are only going to be single color, I think, just because I don't want to confuse people. I don't want to, get all that.
Yeah, and they can always print it in white and paint it if they need to.
Well, I mean, you don't want to. Yeah. I mean, you don't want to have people pestering you like all the time, asking, "Well, what are your settings? Well, how come I did this and it turned out like that? What do you think I should do?" And then
that's already my life.
That's already it.
Yeah, that's pretty much every day. I got like at least 5 messages in my inbox.
So Matthew Bruya had a question on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys use ABL manual mesh or full manual print and pray?
I don't even know what those are.
I think he's talking about for the slicer.
I use Simplify 3D as my slicer, just because those guys have been great for supporting me through learning how to use it. And it controls every machine. I mean, we have a MK3, a Prusa, a LutSpot, a bunch of Ender 3s. My favorite are like the old school build your own Arduino 2020 machines. It looks like basically a ball of wires and some aluminum. I try to convince people to build those, but they look at me like they've been flying a DJI and I'm trying to give them a FPV drone. And they're like, why would I do that? I just go to Amazon and buy an Ender. And I'm like, no, you want to do it. You want to start off with the Arduino and learn how stepper drivers work. Yeah, they're not there.
No, most people don't want to do all that.
No.
Matter of fact, actually, a friend of mine asked me for a recommendation for a printer, and I told him the CR10S. This was like 2.5 years ago, and he goes, "Man, this thing's in like 5 pieces." I'm like, 5 pieces? You're lucky it's not like at 100. I mean, shit. Like the whole upper carriage assembly was already assembled. The bed assembly was already assembled. I was like, man, it took me like an hour to put it together. Like, and we were taking smoke breaks and laughing our asses off in between.
Well, that's why I have a mustache now, because I got tired of being called a gray beard. Right? They're like, Chris, you're a gray beard. Nobody loads their own firmware on Arduinos for their 3D printer anymore. They just buy it and it comes with the firmware.
Yeah, I still haven't upgraded to Marlin on the CR10S, so yeah, I guess that's probably true.
I'd be interested to hear what you guys use.
I'm
using the new Cura is all for my slicing. I haven't bought any slicing program. Really? I haven't bought any slicing program or anything. What? You want to be on TV? Look, there you are right there.
I'm definitely spoiled when it comes to 3D printers. When I started out with the cheapest one I could find, and that cost me almost a year of headaches and maybe 5 decent prints. That thing was a nightmare. So with that, I just thought, okay, now I just want something that works, and I went for the Prusa Mark III. Eventually upgraded it to the 3S, got a second one, and got the multi-material with it. They just work. I did minor upgrades. They are pricey, but worth every penny to me because they're reliable.
Yeah, it's not like the big multi-filament head that there's like multiple tubes that go in it, and it slices off the tip of the filament, and it continues in. It's like a big carriage.
Oh, that's the Mosaic palette. I think that's what you're talking about.
We have an MK3 as well with that. I think it's the multi-filament head, but it's basically in a box with a bunch of parts. Like it's never been put together. We can never quite figure it out.
If it's a Prusa MMU, keep it in the box.
Keep it in the box? Okay.
Yeah, those things are a nightmare. I got one. I like it, but it's so hard to get a printing reliably, especially with TPU. I think I finally got it dialed in, and I own it for a year now. I did 2 successful multicolor prints. The rest has not looked so good. It's just a nightmare because it feeds in one filament and then it retracts, feeds in the next. So the tip of the filament, the ending, has to be near perfect for it to load back and forth every time. Just getting that tuned with TPU, because TPU is stringy. So every time I got all these little strings clogging up the bottom tubes, it was horrible. So after almost a year of tuning, I finally got it to a point where I can just start a print and it keeps going for 20, 30 hours.
Oh, nice.
That's the one thing that's always bothered me is like you get it perfectly tuned, you're like awesome, something happens, whether you pull the print off the tray too hard and unlevel it or whatever the slightest little thing is, you're like, okay, recalibrate the whole damn thing.
And sometimes some sensors can just be out of calibration by like 0.1 millimeter and the whole thing just goes crazy.
Yeah, when I swapped for a new glass bed, the one that I ordered was slightly thicker, so I had to readjust the whole stopping switch and everything. I had to readjust everything and then completely reset the whole unit before it actually started printing well again.
Right.
Okay. So guys, we have a few giveaways that we're kind of hoping to get to soon. And for those who don't know, I'm the head of the group Micro Quad Squad. So my giveaway is going to be a little teeny tiny quad frame. Matt, you've got a couple that you're going to give away too, right?
Yeah, I'm going to give away a Mutiny Freestyle frame. I'm going to give away a new Pro Racer, and I'm going to give away a Micro Nemesis.
Nice.
So we'll split them up a little bit throughout the show to make sure that some of the guys that come late get a chance to win too. And to reward the guys that stick around, I guess, for multiple chances. So, hey. But, yeah, whichever one you want to give away first, man, I'm down if you want to do yours or mine or whatever. Just have everybody post up. Anybody that, like, you were going to do you've got the random wheel, right, Dan?
Yeah, I've got the wheel of names generator, and I've actually been fiddling with it and customizing it a bit.
Okay, cool.
But we've got on it so far, I have 3 or 4 people that are in here: Trenton, Shane Duger, Aaron, Cisco, and Mr. Spat. I know they're in here right now. So I've got them on the list. Anybody else who wants in on this, please feel free to post up. If you post a comment, the YouTube ones seem to be a bit slower to pop up on my end, but off the direct Facebook link, like off the one off my profile, it seems to be pretty instantaneous.
Yeah, how about everybody that is live in the chat, type let's see, random number 420 into the chat, and then
that's not random.
Well,
that's not a random number at all.
How do you know it's? I mean, my randomizer hit it, so I guess
you are the worst random number generator,
or the most predictable random number generator, I guess.
Predictable number generator.
All right, so we got a bunch of people posting up. There's Trent.
We got Sean. All right, let's put some 2 scoops in here.
Yep, Terry Hootie just joined. Oh, Chris Kleva just joined. He's trying to snake a win there.
You caught me. I was just thinking I needed to log into
hey, all's fair. All's fair.
Chris Kleva's in the draw. Let's see. All right, let's. Who else did I miss here? We got Aaron Stewart, Aaron Cisco. We got Lights Out. So Trenton, you're already on there. Is that yours, Trenton? That's yours, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Scott Smith, Matt Brula. All right. I'm back and forth, so I'm gonna. Scott Smith, Matt Brula. I don't think I put enough L's in that. Hold on. I did put enough L's. Okay.
Good. Curtis Mooney in there too.
Oh yeah, Curtis is in all these giveaways. He's one of those giveaway hunters.
Yeah, Curtis has already got a mutiny, but he wants another one.
He probably broke it.
She's gonna go crazy. Check out this new blade.
Curtis Mooney.
Who else we got? Let's see, Mr. Spat.
Spat on there. I got 2 scoops of crazy on there. I got Trenton Atkinson on there.
I got a Walter Lappert, Lappert.
Walter Lappert. All right, welcome, Walter.
Aaron, you won last time. That doesn't disqualify you this time, but you won last time, man. Come on.
It doesn't disqualify him at all.
No, I didn't say that.
He'll be a Gank fan forever.
Yeah, right. I love that. I love that. I really do like Gank fans. I'm not one of those people that like tries to let it go to my ego or anything, but I do appreciate it when people appreciate my designs.
Broccoli. I need to get Brock on there. I think. Yeah. Brock. All right. So we got a bunch of people. Let's see. Anybody else last minute want to get in here?
There's a Zach C. and Terry Hootie.
And Nads Hootie Man.
Yep.
All right. So Terry Hootie and Zach C.
Yeah, we got you, Zach. I see you.
And Terry Hootie.
Did you got Brett Quinn?
Brett Quinn. Let me just double check. No, so good. Brett
okay. There you go, Brent.
Quinn. All right.
Yeah, Brent, I built Brent a ready to fly quad last year, a little racer.
Nice. Yeah. All right, so let's do one of yours first. Brett Quinn, we got you on there. Don't worry. Let's do one of yours first. Which one do you want to give away first?
Let's give away the racer first. The new Pro Racer.
What does that look like, Matt?
So this is a built one, of course, but so the new Pro Racer. It's a little bit shorter. It's True X, 30/30, 20/20. It's 69 grams dry weight. This one here is like 282 with the 20x20 stack and 2306 motors. Yeah. So flies freaking awesome. I've been ripping the heck out of it whenever we're doing practice runs. So
that looks great.
Yes, Jeremy, those are Hawk Sky motors. I'm a big fan of Hawk Sky motors.
I think I have the 5-inch version of that. I had multiple of those 5-inch versions of that.
Yes, you got the original racer, yeah, the stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys, that was what you guys used for one of your builds at the thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, those are great. They're still ripping around.
I tell you what, man,
I think I've only ever broke like one arm on it.
Yeah, they're pretty tough. That's I haven't had people purchasing extra arms. I have seen pictures of broken arms, so they're using the spares that I give them with the full kits. But yeah, it's Mark Wazansky from up north is he's been the biggest breaker of things. he has a tendency to get desinks or high altitudes over pavement. So
that'll happen.
Oh man, that thing is spinning super slow. Or is it just randomly going now?
I'm just waiting to make sure nobody else.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that somebody? It's like with that old lady on freaking the Price is Right. She's trying.
Vanna White low today. So here, let me get it going, spinning, and I'll drop these. It'll be 25 seconds. What is this? I don't know what that is, but let's do it. Wee!
Spinning, 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 spinning! Random, random. Where she stopped? Nobody knows. Uh-oh. No way. Aaron, you lucky son of a gun.
Aaron, no way. No way. All right, so Aaron winning, as Charlie Dean would say. All right, so.
All right, so
I got to put Scooter Pie in the wheel of names first off. Winner was Aaron Cisco. Aaron Cisco removing from the thing. All right, Scooter, I got to put you in here because I know you want to win stuff. All right, so we have another spin up for grabs. I guess, let's see. You have how many frames? You have 3?
Yeah, I got 3. So do you want to do one now, or you want to wait like 15 minutes or so and do another one?
Let's do mine. We'll do mine now, and then we can do the last 2 of yours in a little bit.
Okay, cool.
All right, so guys, I've been working on one that's really fun. I happen to buy a spare, as I usually tend to do. I've got multiple frames of everything I own. It's not quite done yet. I still got to do some wiring up, but this is a 1.9-inch to 2-inch Baby Shark, and it's running right now on my setup. I've got it running 11,500 kV 1103s. So that's going to be super fun. I have a spare frame with the full TPU setup right here. That's going to be the giveaway. So let's do it. I got all y'all in this spinny wheel. I took Aaron off so that he doesn't win again, because he's already got a bunch of this frame. All right, so let's see. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? I can't see it as clear, so I'm looking at this one. Hold on.
Oh, I kind of blacked out my screen so you could try to make it bigger if you wanted to.
I know. I try to. Mr. Spat.
Mr. Spat. Congrats, buddy.
Spat. Jeremy, well played, sir. Mr. Spat, you are the winner. Baby shark frame, 2-inch, coming at ya.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Nice.
All right. So we've got 2 winners. We got a baby shark, and you just did the mutiny, right?
No, I did the game. I did the Racer Pro first.
Racer Pro, yeah. All right,
yeah,
so
let's get a little bit crazy up in here. Let's throw in the zombie hand STL.
Oh, I love it. Hey, Koen.
Wow.
Nice.
So STL, if you got a 3D printer, you can print this one at home. Ah, that's so cute.
Oh, you mean this little tiny little micro one that Sean Mendel printed? It holds my Cerberus.
Nice. Yeah, this holds. I got a couple of these printed myself just to hold my wrecked frames, like this one.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, it's such an epic print, such an epic design. Even the details in the back are just phenomenal.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I went ham on the details with this one.
Yeah,
I kind of stopped when I started making skin pores.
Yeah, that's too much, man.
It was a bit overkill for 3D printing. So yeah, STL, to be clear, it's the digital file, so you got to print it yourself.
Sweet. All right. Well, I guess we're doing another spin. Let's see. I got to bring that back up again. Now you're making me work. All right. Let me do a little spin to win.
What?
Let's see who it's going to be. Where it stops, nobody knows.
Oh, that will definitely hold 7-inch, I think, especially the full size.
Oh, yeah.
This is full size with a 5-inch racer.
Curtis Mooney.
Curtis Mooney. What?
Attaboy.
Congrats.
Hey, Curtis, if you don't have a printer, I'll print you a couple. But, yeah, Curtis is a great dude, and he'll love these. He has so many buds.
You turd.
Nix is saying hi. Hi, Nix.
Yeah, she wants to play. I think she's smart.
We're all hanging out. All right.
What?
Curtis, congrats, buddy.
Congrats, Curtis. Oh, Nick Blackwell just joined too. What's up, Nick? How you doing? Nick's another big Gank fan. He's got one of my racers. He's got one of the old racers, one of the new racers, and a Mutiny. Another South Texas boy.
We've got a question as to what do you do that in? Do you use Blender? Do you use?
I use ZBrush.
Okay.
ZBrush, yeah, it's a sculpting program used mainly for games and movies and just super high detail models. And I kind of got into it when I was in college, and I just freaking love it. Never stopped using it.
So Curtis says he's already got the STL, so give it away to the next winner, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
We're gonna be on the wheel all night.
That's wicked. All right. Well, Curtis, congrats. That's well played. Curtis is awesome. He's thrown a couple of extra goodies, and he's won a few of my giveaways.
I think he might be fibbing. He just wants in on those freaking the Gank giveaway frames
Probably.
later. He just doesn't want to disqualify himself.
Ooh, Shane, buddy. Is that Shane or Trenton? Is it going to be Shane or
Trenton? That's so close.
It's Trenton.
Trenton, congrats.
Well, Trenton actually just got a 3D printer given to him by Sean Mendel. Two Scoops Crazy.
Oh, hell yeah. That's badass.
He's definitely going to be a test print. Oh, yeah. He's got a tune.
That'd be a hell of a test print.
Hey, Trenton, congrats to you, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Trenton is so this episode of the podcast is brought to you by Show Off Lighting. Trenton is the lighting tech for at least my spot, and he sent me a few lights a little while ago from his company. So I think that's awesome. All right, I'm gonna take this one down because it's lagging my machine, I think. Either that or, well, the hurricane hasn't even hit yet. Only gank Curtis is wanting is the micro nemesis. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's talk about gank. You're working on a couple of different things, and you just got your order in, didn't you?
Yeah, it's I have tons of stuff that I need to sort. I've been trying to go through it all. It came organized a little differently than it did last time, so I'm having a fun time of it. Here's all my Mutiny HD frames. So I got a bunch of those. I got to get a print going for Mr. Brock and get his out to him so he can flop it around a little bit. So I got a bunch of those in. I got a bunch of the Micro Nemesis in. Got a couple of the mini racers, bunch of the mutinies, both Bando editions and the regular editions.
Yeah.
Got the website almost debugged. I got one more bug I need to try to figure out with the tax, but other than that, it's pretty much ready to go. I got to finish the inventory, throw it on the site, and it's good to go.
That Nemesis Micro, I'm sorry, man. I had to jump on that. I was like, yep, that's right. Yep. Literally found my giant box of 11 series motors because I was just like, yep, I'm going to deck this out with stuff. And hey, guys, you've been into micros a bit too long. When you have a little box with about 30 to some odd 11 series motors alone.
So many parts. I got one spare set of motors.
This is just the random micros that I've crashed and broke one motor, so I put the other 3 in that box,
Yeah.
Like just in case you get another set and you never get the same set again. So I might be making a few tricopters soon.
Right.
Cool.
Dan threw me off. I sent him a link to look at the website. I was like, man, don't share it yet. Don't do it. The next thing I know, I get a bing. You get a PayPal notification from Dan. I'm like, son of a bitch.
I made the first official purchase on
yes,
this.
He gets invoice 00001.
Nice.
He's like, here, just check out my new website. Just tell me what you think. Next thing, like my cart's full. I've got an account, everything. Like,
yeah, I guess I shouldn't have hooked up payment methods so fast, huh?
All right. So yeah, what else are we up to next? Let's see. Koen, we've gone through all your fun, other than the fact that you're gonna be a dad, dude. Are you freaking out or what?
Sort of freaking out. From the day we found out that my wife was pregnant, I just went into hustle overdrive.
Yeah.
I started working and designing. Just like, okay, now is the time. Mm-hmm. In a couple of months, I won't have this much time to work on this stuff.
Not this much.
You won't even be able to sleep anymore.
I felt that way
I don't
too.
even sleep now.
I felt that way too when my oldest daughter was a freshman in college and my youngest daughter was in kindergarten.
Wow. That's spread. How many do you have?
I have 3 daughters.
Okay. I only have the 1 4-year-old, and it's just her and I. So I've got my hands full most of the time. And now that she's out of school, there's thoughts of possibly putting her back in school, but I'm also in Florida where I'm kind of worried about that. But other than that, like, it's just her and me, so I've got my hands tied until she is well asleep. Hence the 8:30 start time for most of these podcasts.
Right. No, you're gonna love it.
At least you're on the East Coast, and we're not doing it 8:30 p.m. West Coast time. So.
Yeah, exactly. And you're in Texas, so that's not too bad. You're right in the middle there.
Yeah, it's still 8. It's 8:30 here now. So,
but we got Mr. Night Owl up here in the top right corner. That's
3:30 in the morning.
Oh wow!
At least you're in the Netherlands, though. Such a beautiful place, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I don't have to be to work till 3 tomorrow. So even if I was a little late, it probably wouldn't matter too much.
Yeah. So let's go. Oh, nice. Taryn's got the F7 Talon going in it.
Yeah,
nice.
she's been itching. She messaged me yesterday. Sorry I didn't respond, Aaron. Yesterday I was running around trying to repair crap. But I'll send you a link after the webcast. So I got the printers are going to be running 24/7 here for a while.
Yeah. Well, that's how it should be, man. But yeah, so Anthony Land can't comment for some reason, apparently. Well, I am sorry about that, Anthony. Thank you for watching, at least. We got more people showing up. We're losing a few on Facebook, I think.
Oh wow!
So I want to know what you guys do in terms of drones and in terms of tuning, because I know we all generally have different styles, and I know Chris is more. You're more on the tech rather than FPV side, correct?
No, I'm all over it. I mean, I race quite a bit.
Oh, nice. So we've got a bunch of racers here. Other than me and Koen.
I got to hang out with Chris a little bit at Iowa last year. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, nice. We just had a race today. But, my general style is if it flies, it flies.
Yeah.
I like to tune a quad in the back of the van. If I'm building right, I can completely explode it and get it back together within 30 minutes from parts that have been rolling around in the trunk for a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, as long as it's in the air and it's going forward, I'm happy.
So you're not as worried about that slight little jitter that happens.
And it's funny because being in this community, you got guys who are really into, the tight quad, right? That it's just flying well, and they'll build something for me and I'll smash it. And within a couple of weeks, it'll just be kind of like fluttering along, and I'll still be giggling like a little girl. So I don't mind it.
Awesome.
But mostly, I've been spending quite a bit of time with iNav though recently. I just built the whole GPS with optical flow, and really been fired up about that project, and kind of fantasizing about building DJI killer, FPV drones, stuff with like awesome flight time and good cameras on them, but I can still do flips and rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's also been a really good. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. It's fine.
Oh, what I was going to say is it's also been a really good transition firmware for folks in my community to kind of get into more open source firmware, especially if you're into DJI drones and you've been disappointed by crashing a $1,200 drone and watch it smash like a toy. I found that handing them a Betaflight quad or a race, a Flight 1 quad, they have a tough time going, but you show them something with iNav that actually sits still, but then you can still, enjoy yourself doing freestyle moves. They seem to really like it, so that's been keeping me busy. People enjoy that flight.
Now, have you found that the iNav system takes some getting used to when you come from something like Betaflight or whatever? I've used the APM 2.8s. I've used the Maytech at one point. I think it was on iNav actually. Yeah. But I haven't really experienced much iNav in the freestyle and race world these days, so I'm just curious.
I mean, it's different because it's supposed to be different, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to accomplish different things with different sensors.
Yeah.
So with iNav, the holy grail is just locked position hold.
Yeah.
So when you're doing freestyle with iNav, what's really fun is you do your flips and rolls, and then you're coming barreling for your head, and you just flip on position hold, and the drone just stops and it goes back.
That was sort of the feel when I was using an APM as well, because its main goal was to have that loiter mode.
Yeah,
where it sort of hangs out,
So you're tuning a different thing. You're tuning
exactly. And when I get people from the Betaflight world sort of talking to me about APM and trying to get into that cinema side of things, I'm always like, look, it's a completely different learning thing. Like, you got to learn what it needs and what it needs to do that, as opposed to just how to tune it so that it flies. Yeah, I definitely get those systems, but I want to explore iNav a whole lot more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't messed with any of that. I still have yet to build a Mutiny with GPS. I actually have Crossfire now, so I can do a long range. I have a GPS module. I probably should get off my ass and do it.
I just got a tester bundle with a GPS model, so I might try and put that on GPS modules. So I might put that on an iNav. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, they've got me on evening shift at work, so I'm working from like 3 p.m. till about 9 p.m., 10 p.m. So it's kind of like right in the middle of the day. It's freaking hard to get anything done before work, hard to get anything done after work by the time I get home. So just kicking my ass lately.
Nice. Well, does anybody else have any new exciting things coming up in their worlds?
Oh, well.
I have probably about a week and a half done before I'll have another prototype for somebody.
Nice.
It was a special request from a friend of mine, so I'm gonna kind of designing it up for him. We'll see if I can get it here by not next episode, but maybe the episode after. I'll kind of throw it up on the screen and see what it looks like. I got to show him first though, because that's one of the things. But yeah, I think it's gonna look pretty cool.
I still want a 3-inch hexacopter. Get on it, Matt.
I've they still make the Pico PDB.
I know, and I've got I really want that, but I can also use. There's a couple of other ones that have 6 ports as well. But yeah, that CL Racing one I kind of want. Make a little octo, maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how we would do that. We'd have to use individual ESCs, I think. I don't know if I've got 6 15 amp.
Theoretically, you could string together 2 4-in-1s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah.
You would just have to do some crafty soldering.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know if I would want to run like a series and just break each one off into different voltages, or run it parallel and keep them both draining off the same voltage. Like that would take a lot of thought on my side and a lot of trial and error to try and figure that out. When I have my octos and my hexas that all use either DJI or the APM systems mainly.
Yeah.
So, they've all got far too many motor ports, so that's fine.
And what ESCs are you using in your aircraft, your larger aircraft?
I am using, in the bigger one, I forget the brand name, but I think it's a 60 amp, and it's Simon K, unfortunately.
That's what I'm noticing in the larger aircraft. It's always like Simon K or
it's because
PWM.
most of the systems that are used to fly those larger ones, even everything from like just a 450 flame wheel sort of thing, right. From that size up, most of the things that those are carrying gimbals, which means it generally runs either the DJI NASA system or the APM 2.8 or the Pixhawk or whatever. And those are usually the only ones with the 8-port systems. So if you're running those, they're not going to be as compatible with BL Heli ones, mainly because BL Heli aren't always compatible with the little servo ports that come in.
Right.
So the Simon K always have if you use the airplane ones, they tend to work a little cleaner with those systems, I found.
Or you buy the APD ones with BL Heli.
Yeah. Those are older.
These are some of the 120 amp ones that I bought for the X-Class.
Dude, see your X-Class, which is bigger than my Octo in terms of propeller size and motor, I bet, is running twice as much amperage, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I've got, let's see, I'm running 4120 650 kVs.
Nice.
So, and then I'm only running a 6S, though.
I'm running, mine's running 6S, but it's running 2 6S in parallel, so just longer milliamp hours. But it's giant Octo, 18-inch props, and I think they're 300 kV heavy lift motors.
Okay.
So they because they're heavy lift motors and they're the short, really fat ones, they really don't draw nearly as much amperage as I thought they would.
Right.
I was actually, when I first built it, I was flying it no problem, never had any issues on even a 40 amp ESC. So it just didn't have too much get up and go, No. But swapping it over to the 60 amp, I definitely noticed a lot of power, a lot of extra power in it, but it still needs a lot of work because it's now taken apart a bit in my trailer at the moment. I had a flip over I was trying to get it in the air, and I didn't do the DJI calibration well enough. And so I get it started, I get all the props spinning, I go to do all the normal checks, and the second I touch the throttle, the thing does the big cartwheel. And I was like, great, a $4,000 rigged cartwheel. Awesome.
That happens. It happens.
So
I've made a M600 cartwheel.
Well, you get lucky sometimes, and you're like, okay, cool. Only two $40 props broke.
It's fixable.
Exactly, and I've got extra carbon fiber tubes. I've got all that stuff. It's just a project at this point. But I had it perfect. I had it working. So. But yeah, Matt, you want to do some more of these giveaways?
Yep, hold on.
Matt disappeared. He's gone. Kick him out.
A magic trick.
Matt disappeared because I was going to grab something.
Yeah.
Oh, your broken arm.
He's got a broken arm.
Did you call that one Gibby yet?
I really.
Yeah, but your props are definitely bigger. These are only 12-inch, so.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have one. Mine are in my trailer, but they're the super long 18-inch carbon fiber ones. I think they're 5.5 pitch, I think, or 55, whatever.
I can't even remember what pitch I ordered. I know they were master air screw carbon fiber props.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 480, twice the luck. Nice. All right, Brock. Oh no, Aaron's got to order pizza. Too bad he's already off of the wheel. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, buddy? Kevin is in the house at the moment.
What's up, baby?
Saying, what's up,
I think
guys?
somebody had a question earlier about iNav, about what GPS to use.
Yeah, the
like the regular GLONASS ones.
GLONASS, yeah, that one.
I typically don't go too far off the reservation especially when I'm trying this new firmware. So I've been using the Maytech F22, which the PX works great, and then the Maytech MQ8 to GPS and compass, they go around $30, and they work great as well. And I've never had any problems with them. They're just reliable. I think they're like the primary board and GPS compass combination that they develop against.
Yeah.
I would suggest just kind of sticking with the prescribed recipe. At least if you're trying to save a few bucks, I get it. But you know how it goes with these systems. They're designed to work together.
Yeah, I want to dive into iNav so bad. I just don't know enough about it yet. And I've heard I want to try and build one of those. I forgot what Zoe called it, but it's her little GPS micro that's running off of the Raspberry Pi Zero. And I've got literally every part that I might possibly need for that. So I've been hounding her and the Hesses trying to figure out, like, what else do I need to do this? What code do I need? What do I need to do? I want to make one of those little 20-minute flight time GPS micros. Like, I think that's the most brilliant thing ever. I think that would be wonderful.
We're all about it. I think she was making those batteries out of 18650s as well.
Yeah, the long ones. And I actually have a friend of mine, Lance, who is he's building different battery systems and doing a lot of testing with he's an IT guy mainly, but he's like, dude, I need better power supplies, so I'm going to start doing this. And he just asked me the other day, he was like, yo, I've got a bunch of 18650 cells around. Do you want me to build you like a battery bank? I'm like, like,
please.
Yes, build me something long endurance, because it doesn't need the C rating punch out all the time. I don't need to fly acro with it. If I can have a 20-minute cruiser, I'll take a 20-minute cruiser.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think what I've been telling folks who are getting into iNav, especially if you're coming from Betaflight. In Betaflight, everybody knows about the accelerometer and the gyroscope, right? We talk about the gyroscope. We're all very familiar with how that sensor works and how to tune that sensor. Well, when you get into iNav, just remember you have a compass and you have a GPS and you have a barometer. I've seen so many iNav rigs, people just go crazy. And they don't take out a regular compass, like a real old school compass, and then take their quad and make sure their quad is actually going north, like the little OSD is pointing north. And you're like, hey, wait, you gotta know that sensor needs to be accurate, bro. Yeah. Right? You gotta know that the GPS sensor needs to be accurate. And as long as you kind of focus on that and make sure that those sensors are giving you an accurate reading, just like you would hope your gyroscope's giving you an accurate reading, you'll figure it out really quick.
Dalton.
Oh, that's nice. Is that a 3-inch?
Yeah, everybody.
So this is the Nemesis 3-inch micro. I have 2.5-inch and 3-inch, and Dalton I gave one, and the Whoop board didn't fit, so I owe him one of the prototypes. The Whoop board didn't fit, so I owe him one of the new ones here.
That's
something to get a real flight controller.
Honestly, I needed the Whoop board to fit too, because I've got a RunCam Split 3 Nano Whoop that I need to put on there, and I have one of those new what the heck's that company? It's like a bunch of letters or whatever, but it's like a 30 amp Whoop board. Yeah, so I might go a little crazy on the 3-inch with that one. So
nice. Yeah, I haven't tried the little Whoop boards yet, other than like an actual Whoop. But I'm very tempted, and I've just heard so many people having issues with the new beta Whoop boards. I think they're the 20 amp ones that are made for toothpicks.
Yeah, they've actually got up to 35 amps now. I think I've got a 30 amp one here. I'm really hoping
too much for that size.
Well, I'm really hoping that the guys with the 20 by 20 boards, or is the 16 by 16 boards, really kind of step up.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I like the 16 by 16 boards. I've got them, and I Frank's Red Hot that. I put that shit in everything, man.
Oh, dude, I totally thought the Talon board was going to be like the next go-to one, but if the ESC beepers aren't loud enough, I need to be able to find my micro.
I really need to get me some electronics for a micro. It's perfect for 3D printing, size-wise.
Oh,
I need
yeah.
to make something with it. I tried converting my my Tiny Hawk, but no dice. The stupid props, man.
Yeah, you got a Tiny Hawk that's the underneath. Yeah.
Upside down. That whole upside down thing makes it impossible, or nearly impossible, to print it in a reliable way.
Right.
Yeah. I tried to print. I have a Tiny Hawk right there, and I tried to print a spare frame because it's got the broken dome on it. And I was like, all right, God, you cannot get those right. There's no good STL out there for it at all.
I tried making my own. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, and I'm micro quad squad. I love micros. I've got them everywhere, but I've been using a lot of 16 by 16s in them recently. The iFlight ones are medium in my mind.
Actually, I've had good luck with the iFlight 16 by 16s so far.
I've had good luck with it, but I've also had a couple of fires. But the Diatone Nano stack, the little 13 amp Nano stack that they just came out with, it's pretty good. And I have fallen in love with the JESC 48 kilohertz and Betaflight 4.2. You drop the filters down a little bit for the micros and jack the PIDs up a little bit, and wow, their motors are cold. Like, they can run forever. I have one that is getting like 4 minutes flight time on like a 3-inch that's running a 550 milliamp 3S battery. Like, it shouldn't get that sort of efficiency, but it is. And I've got that set up JESC as well, and I just love it. Like, I've tried it. I've probably bought like 6 different licenses for the micros now because they're all mostly BL Heli S. So you can't really run the new filtering, which is really good filtering for these micros these days.
That's what I really liked about the Talon stack. It was an F7. It had BL Heli 32 ESCs. You know, it's just that beeper. We didn't actually talk to the board designer, and he says, "Oh, we didn't think we'd need one." And I'm like, of all quads, probably the micros are the ones that need it the most because they're freaking tiny. You land in grass that's taller than 3 inches, and you can't see it until you're within 5 feet of it, just looking down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I've had a couple of nerve-wracking near losses with the Little Deuce that really kind of made me decide to put beepers on everything. So
absolutely, no, it makes total sense.
My little 1S Whoop, I just finally, it took probably 45 crashes to finally shatter the canopy a little bit.
Nice.
So, but this thing I've got tuned with my new tune on it, and it's going faster than most of my 3-inch, and it's a little 1S like 75 mil. Like, tiny little thing. And I was bombing that around, and I got that actually hung up in a tree in my backyard. You've seen those trees. And it took probably 20 minutes of me trying to finagle turtle mode. Battery was almost dead. Finally, it fell out of the tree. But I need a beeper. I need little beepers, lots of them, because I've got that woods in my backyard that I just can't resist throwing micros into. And
so I did find a trick to help you find a quad that doesn't have a beeper. If you go into your OSD and hit save and exit, it'll reboot the flight controller and you can hear the startup tones.
Yep.
I wouldn't suggest doing that too many times in a row because it does tend to make some things hot when you do that over and over again. But I mean, if you're at least think you're in the right direction, you know, just kind of beep beep beep.
Just throw an electronic switch on a UART so you can just be like, and turn off, and turn on, and turn off, and turn off.
And yes, Scott's JHEMCU is the board I was thinking of. Thank you.
Yeah, on Scott.
So let's give away a Nemesis Micro.
Okay. So we got a couple new people. Dalton, I think, is already getting one, so he's not on.
Yeah, Dalton's already getting one.
Mr. Spat, you won my frame, didn't you? So I think he's off the list. FPV. Who are you?
Sawat is on now as well.
Who is?
Riddick, Rithik. I'm probably horribly mispronouncing his last name, but Sawat, Sawat. A-N-T, I'm sorry, A-N-T.
Spell that first name again. I'll type it.
Rithik.
All right. I'm just going to focus on his first name for now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You got Scooter on there, right?
I got Scooter on there. I thought I had. Hey, Scooter, did you win? No?
No. Trenton won, but I believe he also said that he's already got it.
And Night Train.
Yep, Night Train. I see Walter Lappert. I think he was on the previous one. Andrew Nelson.
Andrew Nelson, no, I don't. And I've got Anthony Land. He apparently is having trouble commenting.
Okay.
So I've got him on there. I got a message from Sean about it. Andrew, what's Andrew's last name?
Andrew Nelson.
Nelson. All right. So we got 4, 8, 12, 13 people on the list right now.
Let's see what you're giving away.
Okay.
Yeah, show it off.
I don't.
I just got to figure out what I'm going to try to buy.
If we do that, you guys are going to have to talk for 2 minutes because the built one that I have is out in the car, and all I've got is ones in packages right now. So give me 1 minute to run my car.
How dare you, Matt?
Sorry, it's fly mode. I'm sorry. Car is closer to where I fly. I'll be right back.
I haven't really been building the micros, but you guys are making them look so cool.
If you want to waste a few minutes, my whole desk is full of micros right now. I got this guy in the works, and What's
the biggest challenge coming from like a 5-inch? Is it just the size? Like I have these huge saucer fingers and that.
Yeah, well, I've got a TS100. It's pretty easy, but I also drink a whole lot of coffee, so. that wiggle is a lot more noticeable on a 16x16 board that's the size of a penny.
Absolutely.
But I do.
And do you just put regular Betaflight? Where do you?
Yeah, I either use Beta or Emu, to be honest. Emu is really good with the micros, mainly because it doesn't. With the new firmware, it's not like Betaflight 4.2. Where you need to have at least 32-bit ESCs or JESC installed or whatever.
Right.
That's kind of annoying to me because a lot of the micros come with BL Heli-S.
Okay.
And the fact that Betaflight isn't really tuning for the BL Heli-S right now, screwing over a lot of micros. Like I'd plug in and do a normal setup, and if I don't switch to JESC or Jazz Maverick or something that I can run 48K on, 48 yards on, then I've noticed the motors get super hot.
Okay.
Like instantly, within 30 seconds of hovering, you're burning your fingers. So this one's actually awesome. I got a 20x20 35 amp stack in it. This is Matt's Racer Mini, the 3-inch.
You barely got a 20x20 in there.
Dude, this is 10 pounds of meat squeezed into a 5-pound bag.
Is that a Crossfire as well?
No, it's an R9, but yeah, similar.
Jeez.
But
and what size motors?
These are 3600 kV 1407s.
Probably Coggy. I can imagine.
Yeah, they're the HGLRC Flames, but they are quick. And then it's running on these little tiny 4S batteries. So full send 4S 450 milliamp. And I think I got like 3 minutes 15 seconds or something.
Oh, that's not bad.
Of pretty decent flying, and for a 3-inch with such a small battery, it's pretty good. This one was given to me by my friend Sean, and I took the camera out because I needed to fix it because I broke it.
That paint job, though.
Yeah, it looks like a.
All right, so this is the Nemesis Micro.
Okay.
Skull hydro dipped. I thought Koen would like that.
I'm moving backwards in my camera. So it's a sandwich quad, 20 mil stack height. Fits a 16 by 16 stack. Will fit woot board stacks as well.
Nice.
Nano cameras. Should fit any 9 by 9 to 12 by 12 motor, micro motor.
Nice.
I've got little crossfire on the bottom of mine there.
Nice.
Mini Immortal T. This one here is 147 grams with a GNB 3S 650 milliamp battery. So
nice.
Just below 150. And it with these little 1206 motors on it, it really freaking just kind of tosses itself way up in the air. I think everybody's going to really, really like this one. I bought a bunch of them, so I'm going to have a bunch available on the site here this week. But here's the bottom. So it's a squished X, which you don't see in a micro hardly ever.
Which is awesome because I hate seeing props in the shot half the time.
Yeah. So this one here, I'm using a 1.8. This is a run cam, but I'm using a 1.8 millimeter lens, so I can see a little bit of props in there with the 165 degree view or whatever it's got. But yeah, that's this is what I'm giving away.
Nice.
So this one, and then I got a Mutiny that I'm giving away after this as well. So
I think I got everybody on the wheel right now. So I'm gonna
who's props off on YouTube?
Props off. That's Scooter Pie.
Okay.
And I've got Scooter on here, I think. So I'm going to close out my thing and a couple other windows just to spin it bigger for everybody. So hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Turn off my
Let's
cam here.
do it. Now it's just me. All y'all are gone. Scooter, it looks like you're the winner, buddy.
GG.
All the winners, send me a Facebook message after this so I can get your addresses and stuff and get this sent out to you.
Awesome. Do we want to do the next spin now?
You know what? Sure, why not? The next one we're giving away is...
It is like 5 in the morning for Koen.
4.
Sorry.
I got a cold beer. I'm good.
All right. So the next frame we're giving away is a Mutiny Bando edition. It's got the wider arms on the bottom than the Mutiny Lightweight. And I'll throw in a print set and an extra arm too. And if you are a DJI owner, I will swap it out for a Mutiny HD, which is a little bit longer. It's got room in the in the back for your DJI. Nice. But yes, this is my personal little. This is my emu tinny.
Nice. That's awesome. I've been touting emu for a bit to everybody who is having problems with their FC. I'm like, just try flashing it to emu. It fixes a lot. Like,
yeah, I did emu, and then I'm running on the standard 4S 2400. 2306 2400 kV tune that they've got in the drop downs, so I haven't really had to mess with anything. I think I may have lowered P a little bit, but other than that, and I'm running so you can run toilet tank or standard battery on this. So I'm running toilet tank on this one just to see how it flies.
Nice.
For giggles. So but yeah, it's an option. So It's got a little Crossfire mountain in the back. Got my little Gank logo there.
Well, let's see. We don't have any new folks, so let's spin it again, I guess. All right.
All right, here we go. Who gets it? Man.
Yeah, it's Scott Smith. I thought it was going to be Chris Kleva for a minute.
I was robbed.
That was so close. So close.
Oh man.
Chris was sitting there going, "Come on, come on, come on, come on."
I know. I was just thinking. I was like, "Come on."
I did want to say one of the things that I did order with this order is I ordered cross braces. They're not not needed at all, but in case somebody wanted them, I know some people like them.
I do.
But I've got cross braces that'll fit the front and the rear as well.
It always seems to save my camera.
I'll tell you what. I had a couple of the two racers that I had that had no cross braces on it. I broke cameras in both of them, but the one that had the cross braces on it, I haven't broke the camera yet. Knock wood. So, yeah, Scott, congratulations, man.
Yeah,
I already had a package going your way. I already had a package going your way anyway, so he just saved me some shipping. But
excellent.
Yeah, actually, Scott bought one of the mini racers. As soon as he saw the prototype, he's like, "Man, I need one. I was like, all I got is a prototype right now." So so he's and then he was also moving to Tennessee, I believe it was. So he's been patiently waiting.
Well, Scott, we're twinsies on the Racer Mini, at least.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that'll be. He'll be getting number 3 of 3.
Nice.
So that's awesome.
I'm excited for that Nemesis Micro, man. I'm I don't know why. It's just like I want it, and I was wondering, can you scale down the original Nemesis? Box cam mount that's to fit a micro cam?
Okay.
Because I think that yes. Yes.
What, Dan? So I'll tell you the reason I designed it like that is because the run cam split 2. I had heard some kind of you don't want to use that for FPV. And I'm like, okay, so well, maybe I'll make this big. I mean, because it's Micro Nemesis. I did make the print. It was a freaking pain in the butt to clean and print because there's really no good side print down on it. So, but yes, I did make one.
That's really good. I can't believe you just were like, what, like this?
I do some crazy shit sometimes.
Right up there with you, buddy. Well, guys, this has been awesome. We got some giveaways done. Koen, you gave away the STL that went to Trenton. He wants it, and he's probably he's probably going to be printing out a few of them and posting them up as giveaways in the community as well. So that's going to be wicked. Because I want to get that zombie hand out there. That thing's awesome.
Definitely. Thanks.
But yeah, man. Everybody, I guess, thanks for hanging out. And
so guys, make sure you follow the Gank Multi-Rotor Innovations group. I'm going to be posting up when the webpage goes live, and all the frames will be ready for shipping and ordering. So hopefully here in the next day or two, it'll be 100% golden.
And everybody subscribe to Captain Kaoss's channel. Subscribe to Drone On and On. My channel, Sardronic. Gank's channel, Gank FPV. What's your channel, Chris?
Main Drones.
Yeah, right. Main Drones. We'll put all those up in the edited description once this all gets uploaded and everything. All the links to everything. Matt, what's that email? Says props off to email his contact info. I guess Scooter, you can go through me because I've talked to you on Facebook a few times. And
yeah, or you can hit me up on Matt Gankman on Facebook.
Yeah, I can put you guys in touch. I talked to Scooter the other day.
Nice.
So yeah.
So let's see. I've got to talk to Scott. I've got to talk to. Let's see who won the racer. That was who won the racer? Write this down.
I don't know. We'll look back on all this.
We'll
Aaron Cisco did, didn't he?
Yes, Aaron won the racer. That's right.
Well, apparently Zach C got kicked off the list. I remember putting you on the list though, so I'm sorry that you got kicked off for some reason.
Right,
this is the new wheel generator that I haven't used yet, so I apologize if it got bumped. My bad. Yeah, so I guess we're good.
Yeah.
Sweet, guys. Well, yeah, get in touch with us. Spat, I need your contact info to get you your frame. Koen, man, thanks for staying up all night.
Yeah,
You're a trooper.
no problem, man. No problem. Actually, after this, I'm probably going to be spending more time sketching unicorns.
Awesome. Do it. And
I want to get the chip design out.
Do you have any plans for like doing like a big multicolored unicorn statue for your little one or something?
Yeah, most definitely.
Or just for you?
I just for me. I mean, I already got a unicorn on my desk.
Oh, that boy.
Well, that's a nice
I
one.
freaking love unicorns.
Dude, you and my daughter. She's a unicorn fanatic.
I'm just a little kid inside.
Aw.
I can't
We
help
all
it.
are. Glitter everything. My new Cinewoop is that glitter filament, and it's all sparkly. I don't know if you guys can see it with the light.
I need to get that. That would get my wife into FPV. She loves glitter.
Oh yeah,
Everything that glitters.
yeah. It's all sparkly, but then that glow in the dark filament is the white lines, and so that's going to be even more fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. I'm gonna let us all sign off, and dude, it was pleasure talking to all y'all.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
It was fun. Thanks for having me.
And Chris, pleasure meeting you. I'm surprised we haven't met yet.
All right, winners, hit me up on Facebook or talk to Dan if you don't have my contact information, and we'll get this stuff out to you guys. Enjoy.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget to sub up to Drone On and On.
Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Take care, guys.